Alright, just testing 1, 2, checking if the thing works. And we're all good. Yo, and welcome back to another F1 League race here in the Gavra League. Hope you're all doing well, and today we are here in the Miami Grand Prix, ready to see some fantastic action happen before your eyes here today. We currently have some very interesting lineups here, as you see. Some new faces ready to show their worth here in the league. We've still got some familiar faces with Dino, with Viper, that was Zectify. We've got First, we got Peter, My Lesson, Terra Teddy, Shortbread, Jari, Natty, all of them, those very well-known names here in the league. But we have got some very interesting races to show how good they can be here. But as it's qualifying, we've got a sprint, we've got the main race, but let's see the times here in qualifying are going to be. Umpa is currently out on his lap, which is looking, he looks like to be out on his lap right now. We've got some others on their out lap, some are already doing their laps right now. But I expect some very, very good times by these fast drivers. There we go, there's the first time. We've got a 28.3 by Ben Roberts, 44. Well done to him, but he is currently on provisional pole, but we know there are going to be some drivers here. Yeah, there's a 30.5, not too bad by CT. We've got Terra Teddy with a 29.7 currently in P2, but there is definitely going to be the faster drivers out there. We've got John Wick in the Alfa Romeo with a 29.2. But here though in Miami, I expect a very good time from Viper. We've got Jolt JE with a 28.2, only 1/10 quicker than Ben Roberts in the McLaren. So we got provisional pole in the Haas, which is not looking too shabby right now. But we know for a fact there are going to be some big names showing their times here in Miami. We got Umpa only getting a 29.0, which is quite slow by his standards, by the looks of things. So our Peter in the Aston Martin though with a 29.6, but he looks like to be trying to improve that time a lot more now. But let's see what Viper has to see. Or let's see what Viper has to say about the rest of the times. He is about to go into the last turn of this qualifying, and let's see what time he has to show out. Only a 28.5, 3/10 slower than provisional pole JE. Well, hopefully he will try and do his best and to improve that time, but I'm predicting at least 4/10 quicker for him today in Miami, currently in a Red Bull though, so they'll definitely be quicker. We've got Billy Mishy still in the pits though, so this is going to be very interesting. Him in the AlphaTauri. His teammate JM B Roth, B for real. I don't know how to say it. I'm just going to say JMB just to make it even quicker. But here we go. We got some other people getting their times in. We got Dino with a 29.10 currently on the controller in the Red Bull. So very impressive by him though, by his standards. But he will definitely try his best to go even quicker than he just did now. Melessum here in the Mercedes though, 29.4 by him, not too bad. Everyone is definitely getting their times in with either a 28 or the 29s, which is very, very quick though. But people will definitely be wanting to see if they can go even quicker into the 27 seconds. Well, me personally, I'd say that it's better to get your lap in before anything can happen. But I'd say like there will be definitely some teams wanting to improve. And there is a yellow flag. There is J and B unfortunately spinning out in the at turn 4 here by the thing. Turn 3 actually, sorry, my bad. He must have gone out. I'm surprised he did not get any damage by the looks of things. It does not seem to have any damage by the looks of things visually. But emotionally, there is emotional damage. But yeah, look, hopefully he can get back to that. Still, Jolt JE, still on provisional pole. With only 10 minutes left to go. He is about to go on his out lap. So hopefully he wants to improve his lap time. Ben Roberts going out on his lap to see how well he can improve. We're currently on a 28.3. He would like to improve that time to either a tenth or even 2 tenths to go provisional pole. Viper's still in the pit, so he might be trying to check if he wants to. Yeah, as soon as I say that, he exits the pit, so it looks like he will definitely be trying to get a quicker time than he already did. Only 3 people have not been getting their times in. Billy Mishi, Shari, and his teammate, Shari's teammate in the Ferrari. Oh, as soon as I say that, he goes across the line with a 29.2. Not too shabby, putting himself into 9th place. We've got currently a yellow flag here at the chicane though. Liverpool must have been slowing down there a little bit. Hopefully he's alright, maybe he must be letting some people through. Yeah, laps. Slash though on his one of the quicker people here in the league, with only a 29.9. Sorry, a 28.9, sorry. He is now going to go into the pits, and we've got a yellow flag of the Ferrari. Oh, it must be letting people through. What a good sportsmanship there. Oh, and we have a bit of a spin here at the towards the last turn by Ben Roberts, so must have been a bit of a mistake there. Well, let's see. Let's join Viper on his cockpit. Unless he is, yeah, he's still currently on his out lap, so hopefully he would like to go even faster than his current time. Still, Jolt J on provisional pole, currently on his lap right now. Ben Roberts still though, hopefully he would like to take that provisional pole from him, but he is currently in the pits with, by the looks of things, a damaged wing. Yeah, it seems like he has got a damaged wing by the looks of things there. Shortbread though in 4th place, getting a 28.5, only 400 off Viper's current time though, which is very impressive to say the least. Viper now on his lap now, so he will be wanting to go even quicker than the rest of the group. Knowing his times, knowing his pace and skill, I expect him to get provisional pole and even to win the sprint race or even get a good time here in Miami. But here, we're still waiting up on Billy Mishi though, as Shari has decided to go out on his out lap. But he looks like he's about to go and do his first lap with only 7 minutes remaining of this qualifying round. It's safe to say that they must be still in the pits. And unfortunately for Viper, he invalidates his lap time. So that is very unfortunate by him. Looks like the pushing did not, I think the pressure must have gone to him, and he must be trying to lose a fuel there to try and make his car even lighter. But still, as it stands, he is still holding that P3 position for the end of quali. We've got a lot of people on their laps now. Some people are going into the pits now, some are exiting the pits. Dino currently on his lap now, and we've got JDM taking that second place from Ben Roberts and P3 from Viper. Unfortunate for him, but a good time. And as soon as I say that, Shortbread goes into P2 with a 28.3, going even quicker than he did last time, going 2 tenths quicker than Viper. Viper would want to try and improve quickly, otherwise he will have to start lower than he ever did before. Ben Roberts going on his lap right now. Hopefully he will want to try and improve there. His teammate at the wall, Night Slash. Well, unless he was leaving the space for his teammate to go by, maybe, we don't know. We've got Natty though with a 28.4, currently in P5, taking that spot from Viper, putting him into P6. He is currently in a, well, Williams sandwich by what it looks like. But Viper is about to go on and do his lap though. Only 3 more turns for him, and then he will be able to start it. JDM though, currently in P3 though, only 100 slower than Shortbread. But Shortbread would like to continue that momentum and go into P1 provisional pole. So he only needs to get 900 or something like that to go even quicker. But he is going into the pits though, so he would be trying to refuel his car or change tires as it seems. But Viper is going into the pits though, so this is going to be quite close here, as only 4 minutes remain before lights out on the sprint. Also, his teammate Dino is now currently going into the pits, so hopefully they will be wanting to push for even a better time. As it seems, everyone is now going into the pits, and Billy Mishu has now decided to leave the pits at 3 minutes to go. Well, 3 minutes 25 seconds. Hopefully, I think the only reason why he goes out later is to save those soft tire compounds. So that is a very smart move by him. So I'm guessing that is the case. But him in the AlphaTauri, he would be wanting to try and take provisional pole off from JE in the Haas. Let's ride along with him. But he's got a purple middle sector. He'll be wanting to see if he can turn that into a fastest lap here in qualifying. Going down into the last turn of this Miami Grand Prix, and he only puts himself into P9 position with the fastest middle sector in qualifying, and yet only is able to get a 28.7. Unfortunate for him, fortunate for other people. That pushes Dino in the Red Bull to 10th position, but he is now currently on his outlap. My Lefson with a 5 grid place penalty, colliding with R. Peter, and now Peter is now out of this qualifying session. Well, he retired from the collision, but I don't understand what has happened here. He is currently in the pit. Oh, unless... Yep, sorry, mistake there. Our Peter is out on the track, but we don't know. Well, we're about to try and get the view on what happened to our Peter here. Well, it was a bit late there, but unfortunate for him, our Peter is out along with his teammate in the Aston Martin, so they'll be definitely just be waiting to see what happens. They'll be only starting 15th and 16th with Fetz as well. Unfortunate from them. The slowest we'll ever have is a 30.5. I looked at things by CT, he'll be one thing. Oh, and we've got a AlphaTauri JMB going off the last chicane and looking to, well, might have spun there a little bit. But Jolt JE still holds that provisional pole with a 28.2, still showing how fast he can be, faster than the rest of the pack, than Viper himself. Viper will be looking to see if he can improve quicker, because he only has 30 seconds left, but he'll be crossing the line to be able to do his final lap before the end of qualifying. A lot of them here will be wanting to finish off their laps now, otherwise they will not be able to get their laps in. Let's ride with Viper to see if he can do better than ever. Ben Roberts takes that provisional pole from Jolt JE with a 28.0.2, 28.026. What an impressive lap for going 2 tenths quicker than Jolt JE. But Jolt JE has not done with his laps yet. He'll be looking to see if he can take that provisional pole from Ben. Will he be able to take it off him? That is the main question right now. JDM goes even quicker, passing Shortbread into, and Jolt JE goes into P1 provisional pole with a 27.8. This is incredible. This qualifying session at the end is going incredible. Taking provisional pole twice, taken away from Ben Roberts. JDM with a 28.2. Shortbread has been knocked off into P4, and there's a Ferrari teammate of Shari, and Viper can only do a 28.043. He can only go so fast. Unfortunate by Viper, but an incredible last few moments in qualifying. Short can only get P4 with a 28.2. What incredible times by people here. Only separating everyone by either a second or just by a few tenths. What an incredible qualifying session here. But we'll see you guys here at Lights Out in the sprint race. Yes, hello guys who have just joined us here. You're about to see the Miami Grand Prix here at Lights Out. And it's going to be lights out and away we go here in the Gavra League. We've got J still holds his first P1 position though. Viper managed to go up into P2 though. Still holding his position against Ben Roberts though. Unfortunate for him to be dropping back. Here into turn 4. We're going to be seeing some incredible battles here. J still holding his P1 position though. But Viper is right behind him though, trying to get to him. Viper is still making an incredible move by passing Shortbread. Shortbread going down 2 positions though, only going from P4 to P6. Very unfortunate for him, but he's trying to make a move on Emperor, going down the inside. What an incredible move by him. But as you see, we have Mishu unfortunately going into the very back of the pack, only going 7 seconds behind everyone else. I wonder what happened to him. We did not capture. Unfortunately, we couldn't capture that, but it was a bit unfortunate by him. But JE still holding his P1 position, but Viper is right on his tail. Hopefully, maybe he will be trying to go down the inside, but JE trying to go a little bit defensive, but now only makes the turn. But that means going into the first lap, and he makes contact. Viper makes contact, goes into the wall. Is there any damage on his vehicle though? By looks of things, it is not. JE crossing the line though, but Viper making a slight collision with JE there. That was a bit risky, but it is what it is though. Going in, finishing up lap 1. Very, very interesting move. We've got Viper still trying to hold up on that P2 position, trying to chase down JE. Ben Roberts though, P3. But Dino still holding onto his P8 position after going 3 spots. Passing JDM though. What an incredible move by him. And Night Slash has had a bit of a moment here. What has happened? It looks like he lost 3 positions there, or 4 by looks of things. Hopefully that is not going to ruin his sprint race, but it'll only cause more damage to him. JDM still slightly behind Oompa though. Going down the main straight, we've got the fastest middle sector though. He's looking to see if he set the fastest lap before anyone else. Oh, as JE has already done it, but that was only the first lap. Going into the lap 2, finishing up lap 2, going a little bit wide there. Tried to leave a little bit of space for JDM, but JDM does not take it. He loses his position to Natty though, in Williams as well. JE goes with the fastest lap with the 30, 1 minute 30. I couldn't look at the time there, but JDM passes Natty G again, going into turn 3 and 4. As it stands though, R. Peter in the Aston Martin along with his teammate Fex, they've made some positions to go in P12 and P13. Viper has a 3-second penalty going off the track limit. Unfortunately for him, that is going to affect his position if he does not go quicker than 3 seconds. That is a bit unfortunate from him, but he will be hoping to make sure that he does not get a second penalty. But JE though is still holding on to that P1 position. Viper is on him. But JE is going a little bit slidey there. It looks like he's struggling for grip after the chicane. Major gaps, but JDM is going for a move on Oompa. Oompa tries to do the switchback. Does he do it? He unfortunately cannot. He's cut off from JDM. JDM is gone. Oh my days, there's so many fastest laps there. But JDM makes the move, but Oompa is going to try and get past him there here in turn 1. Does he do it? Yes, he does. But does JDM go for the switchback? He does not. What incredible moves by on here. what an incredible race so far here in the sprint race though. Viper still holding on to that P2 position, going up once, but he's only 2 attempts, but he's going quicker than Jolt JE. He is trying to see if he can pass him here. There is DRS, he is going to open up that DRS lap, and hopefully he can get past him here. Does he have the speed for it though? He looks like he's going to go round the outside. Oh, he's going to go down the inside. Does he make the move on Jolt JE? He does not. Unfortunately, he cannot get close enough to him. But Ben Roberts is right there on his tail, trying to make sure that he can get past him. Going down into the chicane. The top 4 here fighting it out. This is incredible. We have 4 possible winners here. But going down the main straight, Viper makes his first move here on Jolt JE. Does he get past him though? He does not look to have enough space. But unfortunately for Jolt JE, he has to give up that pole position, or that P1 position to Viper. Knowing that he has a penalty, he would be liking that very much. That is if he can keep up with him. But he's got DRS here on Viper, but he does not make the move. But Ben Roberts makes collisions with Jolt JE, making him spin out into turn 1. That is very goody, very controversial there, with Jolt JE very, very annoyed with Ben Roberts not leaving him enough space into turn 1. Shortbread going into turn 1 into P2. But that is going to be very controversial, concerning the least. That is going to be very concerning to Jolt JE though. He is not going to be very happy putting his whole position out of this grass into P7, losing 6 positions. But Josh Trek in the Ferrari makes his move on Dino. Dino looks to try and get the switch back here, but going round the outside of the Ferrari, but they cannot make the move in time. But going down the main straight, Viper does seem to be making a gap between him and Shortbread, but Shortbread has DRS by the looks of it. He does not, unfortunately. He did not get his time and he didn't get enough DRS. But he did use up a lot of DRS there, trying to get to him. But Viper just storms away from him. Incredible grip and precision from him. But does Jolt JE make the move on Natty G though? Trying to stick with him in the DRS zone there. Going into turn 1, he is in 7th place with only 5 laps to go. Viper making his gap between him and Shortbread even longer, as he has now lost out on DRS to Viper, but he has made a gap between him and Ben Roberts. But he is using a lot of his ERS to stick with him, as Viper does not have the... And JDM has made the move on Umpa again. Umpa goes for the switchback though, down the inside, and makes his move again. Oh, and Natty nearly lost it there after colliding, having a bit of a collision there with JDM. But does JDM make the move here after he gets his DRS on Umpa though? He's got his DRS open. Does he use ERS also? He has lost a lot of ERS, but he breezes past Umpa, going into the final turns here. But does he leave space though? But he does leave space for JDM, but he cuts him off a little bit. Ben Roberts with the fastest lap with a 33.9. And Dino is losing a lot of positions here. What has happened? He collides with, by the looks of things, he has collided with Parateddy here. But does he make the move going into turn 1? He leaves the space for Dino, which is very, very good by him. Very clean driving. And Fetch has now had a bit of a collision. He is now into the wall to turn 2. And he has left the session. What has happened? That is a very, very unfortunate by him. What has happened there? Night Slash currently in the 16th position though. He is looking to try and make his move on JMB. But JMB breezes past John Wick though with his DRS open. That is an incredible move. Clean and fast. He's just rocket past him. But he tries to make the move back. But John Wick does not have enough time and space for it. Shortbread trying to get his move on Viper. Viper leaves space to Shortbread. Shortbread doesn't have enough time to get past him in the Mercedes. Ben Roberts here trying his best to stay in that podium position to start P3. Unplug passing JDM again. Oh, and he loses out. What's going wheel to wheel into turn 1? Billy Mitchell leaves a second. I don't understand why he's done that. Going into turn 1 and 2. Umpa sticks his T4 still ahead of JDM. What an incredible fight we have seen here. But Dino with a 5-second penalty, a yellow flag. That is not going to be happy there, mate. He is not going to be very happy with that. JMB loses his position to Shari though. Shari trying to go even quicker into P12. Parateddy currently in P10, not doing too bad. Haven't seen too much of him, but he's doing quite well to say the least. JDM and Jolt JE are fighting it out for P2 and P3. They collide wheel to wheel, and Jolt JE has a half spin there after colliding with JDM there. Josh Track Bosses has made that. Jesus, sorry lads, I've lost my voice here a little bit. I've seen too much carnage and incredible driving here. But the top 3 are speeding away from the rest, and Shortbread goes into P1 after going past Viper like it was nothing. But he will have that DRS on Shortbread though. Short does. Yes, he does. He goes into. He has the DRS. Viper really going into turn 1 though, but Shortbread goes defensive. He keeps that P1 though. What an incredible move by him. JDM and Josh Track are fighting out though, going wheel into turn 2. And Melissa with a 3-second penalty, not good at all, not good at all, not good at all. That is going to ruin his race so much there. Umpa, only 4 seconds behind the rest, but he is losing a lot of time. But what has happened to the Williams with Natty G? He has lost so many positions, currently in P18. What has happened to him? But Viper losing a lot of time to Shortbread though, but does he stay within that DRS zone into the main straight though? As he's got Ben Roberts stuck behind him, he is not going to be he is going to be easily overtaken if he does not stick with that DRS. Viper, does he have DRS? Yes, he does. He has DRS. He's using a lot of his ERS to stick with Shortbread. Shortbread using his ERS as well, trying to stick with them, and he keeps a good distance ahead of Viper. Viper is not looking too good here. Ben Roberts is trying his very hardest to stick with them. And we got a yellow flag here in sector 2. Oh, and it's Fett having a major spin doing some donuts. And also Natty G had a bit of a moment there, but Fett, unfortunately for him, his sprint has not gone too well. To say the least, he is in last place, P19. Let's see the fight between JDM and Umpa here, along with Josh Trek and Jolt JE. But they're all going to get DRS on each other, so that's going to be a DRS train. But do they make a lot of good moves here? And I'm not surprised to see that Fetz is retired. He has gone into the wall after the last few turns. And we've got Night Slash has spun it. Unfortunately for him, he is now gone into P17. I wonder what has happened there. They must have collided with each other there at the back. That is not looking too good. But the Alfa Romeo and John Wick trying to pass him, but he breaks way too early, JBM. and it makes it an easy move for John Wick in the Alfa Romeo. I let them know currently in P11 trying to make his move on Dino, but Dino just breezes away though, going 1.6 seconds ahead of him. And that is the sprint. Well, shortbread in P1. Ben Roberts after going into P2 as Viper had that 3-second penalty. Umpa taking P4, JDM taking P5. Joel J using 5 positions. But Dino going down to P14. Oh no! After having that 5-second penalty. Josh Trek in P7, RP2 in P8, Tara Teddy in P9, and I couldn't say in time. But what an incredible sprint we had here. But we're about to see the well, RP2 with the driver of the day. Well done to him in the Aston Martin. But we will see you guys at lights out again in the main Grand Prix of the race. But as you see, Shortbread will be starting in P1 with them 8 points. Ben Roberts in P2, Viper in P3, Umpa in P4, JDM in P5, JE in P6, Josh Trek in P7, R. Peter in P8, Terra Teddy in P9, Shari in P10, John Wick in P11, JMB in 12, Manesim in P13, Dino in P14, CC in P15, Billy Mission in P16, Night Flash having a bit of a up and down sprint in P17, Natty G in P18, and Fett in the Aston Martin in P19. We'll see you at lights out for the main race in the Miami Grand Prix. What an incredible sprint race we saw here in Miami. But here we go, we are light. Is it going to be lights on? Away we go here in the Miami Grand Prix with a wet conditions. Everyone is on intermediates here. Going down to, and there's so many positions being lost and gained here. Shortbread maintaining his P1 into turn 1. Along with Ben Roberts though, controlling that P2 position. And Dino going down to P18, P19. What has happened to him? He must have had a bit of a huge spin though into turn 4. And Umpa, there's so much debris. John Wick losing out on a bit of his damaged wing there. Fetz has gone out. Fetz is now trying to retire. He is now lost out onto lap 1. That is our first. Is he retiring though? Oh, and it's a virtual safety car here. Looks like Fetz might be trying to make himself retire, but it looks like he is realized that he might want to race properly this time. But what an incredible and, well, dangerous, well, first turn there here in the Miami Grand Prix. It is raining, so a lot of people are going to be slipping and sliding though. And a drive-through penalty for JMB. That is not looking good for him. But as we return to racing speed, Viper loses major time to Ben Roberts in P2. And Shortbread currently in P1 though. That's a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. Does he... Yeah, he is trying to... he's trying to retire. But wow, Peter though, going from P8 to P6 right now, he is trying to fight for George. Billy Michu with a 5-second penalty with speeding in the pit lane. Not looking good for him, but a lot of people are entering the pits, maybe for either damage or change of tyres though. Dino trying to make his move on Terra though, and Night Slash ahead of him, and he had a bit of a slide there. Good control by him, and Fett has now fully retired. That is not a good race by him. This is going to be a race that he is yet to forget. Yanni has left the session. I don't blame him. He had a bit of a struggle here in Miami, and having it rain is going to be even worse for him. Viper trying to hold on to that P3 position though, trying to hold on to that podium position. JDM is only 6/10 behind him. Mynetics' move on Nathy. What a clean move by him. Umpa going past Umpa passing Billy Michu there by the looks of things at the back. By the looks of things, P1 and P2 are storming away. What has happened here to Viper though? He is losing major time for the rest of those on the front. What has happened to him? Night Slash losing out on his position, but on Terra Teddy. But he is trying to make his move on the final turn. What a clean move, leaving the space for Night Slash. That is clean. And here's Dino going wheel to wheel into turn 1 against Terra Teddy. Does he make his move? He's going to wheel into turn 2. Turn 3, he leaves the space. Does he yield? Dino yields to keep that P12 position. What an incredible turn 1, 2, and 3. Going into the chicane, and Night Slash collides with Arpita though, losing another position to Terra Teddy. He hit his left rear tire there. That is must have left a little bit of of space there. Viper still trying to find that momentum he ever wanted, and Shortbread has now lost out on his P1 position. Dino and Night Slash fighting it out for P11. Night Slash yields and keeps and tries to get past Dino. Dino going a little bit slidey there on the controller. Very impressive by him. Sorry, Udo back to the pack in P18. Emperor with the fastest lap with a 40.3 in the Williams. But Viper is right behind Shortbread. Does he decide to make the move on him, or does he decide to stay behind him to get even more momentum with his slipstream, but Shortbread is storming away from him. Ben Roberts looks to have a lot of pace here. Ben storming away from Shortbread, almost making a 2-second gap between the two of them. In the McLaren, this is incredible racing by him. He might have just slapped that. He must have disguised. That McLaren looks like to be disguised as a Red Bull. That could be a Red Bull engine underneath that. Some people at the back, they'll be begging for a safety car here. CT and JMB making a move on each other. He goes round the outside into the last corner. Doesn't leave space. CT does not leave enough space for JMB, which he has to retreat back to P15. But he tries to use a little bit of his ERS going into turn 1. Does he dive from him? He doesn't. Oh wait, he does not. And he had a bit of a slide there, CT, in the Alpine, doing a little bit of a Tokyo drift there. Doing a bit of a more Tokyo drift into turn 3. And he goes into the wall nearly there. Luckily, he didn't get any damage. Dino and Terra Teddy fighting out, clearly making that fast and clean move he wanted on him. Umpa making a clean move there on JMB in the Alpine. No, Night Slash and Dino are fighting out. Dino leaves enough space for Night Slash to go down the inside. Well done by him. What clean driving we're seeing here though. Nearly hitting the wall there, Night Slash, but going past the final chicane. Oh, Peter nearly loses it on the main straight. Does that give the opportunity for Dino to take that P9 position off him? With barely any with ERS left, our Peter is going to be buzzing. But nearly colliding. Going into the final turns here in the Miami Grand Prix. Dino has a bit of collision with our Peter, and they nearly both had it out. Dino loses his wing, and our Peter had a bit of damage to it. Dino had a bit of a collision there, and it's a safety car. That is going to be right for the rest of the pack. Dino unfortunately colliding with RP there in the final turn, and another drive-through penalty, but this one is given to Billy Mishu. Oh my good lord. Unfortunately for Dino and RP, he hit him from behind going into the final turn though, and that caused them to lose a little bit of control due to the fact that it was slippery conditions. They lost control and couldn't do anything. But that is a safety car, so there'll be probably most people either staying out or going to be pitting for new intermediates. By the looks of things, looks like no one is being lapped yet. So a lot of people need to unlap themselves the safety car, but Ben Roberts does seem to hold that P1 position though. So great work by him in McLaren. So Shortbread, most people are staying out. Short JE and P5 going changes intermediate tyres, along with Josh Trek Melesson going into P5 though. here during the safety car, everyone is now on their way to catch up to the safety car. Oh, Viper nearly loses though, hitting the wall, but does JDM somehow... This is a bit weird. JDM nearly took P3 there from him. Ooh, Viper nearly loses it though. Oh god, Viper really starting to lose it there. Going to the turn 1 and turn 2 and onto the safety car. I hope no one ever tries to crash onto the safety car, otherwise that will definitely ruin their race. Only 4 people are at the back trying to catch up with Jari, Billy, Mishy, Arpita, and JMB. JMB is now finally caught up with the rest, along with Arpita and Billy Mishy. Jari is just trying to storm down just to catch up with the rest. But as it stands, Ben Roberts looks to be holding on to that P1 position though, along with Shortbread in P2, Viper in P3, JDM in P4, Melissa in P5, Night Slash in P6, P7 is John Wick, Jolt J in P8, Josh Trek in P9, Natty G in 10th, BT in Terra Teddy in 12th, Part in 13th, which is a bit of a surprising position from him. Dino having not a great race, currently in P14, down the rest of the pack there. JMB in P15, RP in P16, Billy Mishu in 17th, and Shari in 18th. So after the restart here, hopefully most people will be wanting to make some major moves here, trying to get into the points here. Shari is now catching up with the rest now, which is a very good thing. car is now in this lap, so we'll be waiting for Ben Roberts to control the pace for everyone else. Safety car is in the pit lane. And we are back to racing speed. What a getaway from Ben Roberts. But Viper makes his P2 as Shortbread is losing out. And what switchback though by Short though. And but Viper going down the inside wheel to wheel, hitting that left-right wheel Shortbread has. JDM is right behind Shortbread though. But SM going down the inside, making a double overtake. Down the inside on turn 3 and 4. What an incredible move by him. Passing his teammate, and Viper making a move down the inside in the hairpin. Going into P1, passing Ben Roberts. What an incredible safety car restart. But here's Night Slash trying to make a move, but he backs out of that move. Trying to go around the outside of JDM, he does not. Going down into Kane, does anyone give it enough space for everyone else? They do. That is a good sign. Going down the main street. Ben Roberts is closing in on Viper though, but will it be enough time and space to catch up? And Viper goes defensive, trying to hold on to that P1 position. Shortbread passes his teammate. He is fighting back. Shortbread had to yield and take that P4 back. But here's Tara Teddy and CT in. Oh, goodness me! He loses it into the final turn, but that does not give enough hope for him. That is so. There's must have collided as well. The JDM passes Shortbread with ease. What a clean move by him. John Wick with a 3-second for multiple warnings. Definitely losing out on track limits there. Natty and his teammate Umpa are battling for P9 and 10 here. Gina making 2 positions from where he was last time after the safety car. Trying to hunt down that Josh Trek in the Ferrari. Teddy making his move on JMB in the AlphaTauri there. In the Alpine, he is not doing too bad, Teddy. But with the and Natty G with a 3-second penalty as well. Not looking good for him, not looking good. But here is Shortbread trying to make a move here on JDM though. Will he get that move done? He does. Passes him going down the main straight, but he goes a little bit defensive, showing off that good pace though. JDM yields, and Night Slash is right behind these two here. JE though is not having none of it and making sure he can try and switch back though. Night Slash goes a little bit defensive, and that defensive move by him shows how well he can drive. Dino going up into P10 though, going into the points, but that is very good by him, making a move into turn 1, passing Natty G in the Williams. Now isn't a Williams sandwich. Currently, looks like he has to catch up to Umpa, who is only just about 2 seconds behind him. Umpa is now gone past JDM, so he is no longer in a Williams sandwich. Georgie though hunting down Night Slash, but with that straight line speed, Night Slash will be up against JDM in no time. But Viper holding on to that P1 position though. As he has no penalties, he'll be looking to see if he can win this though. Lap 12, we've only got 17 more laps to go. Ben Roberts though is holding on to that P2, trying to hunt down Viper. Teddy with a 3-second penalty, that's the third penalty of the race so far. But here comes Ben Roberts though. Will he make his move on Viper? He doesn't. He sticks behind him though, but he is so close to him. Umper making a move on Night Slash though, which has worked. But here comes Night Slash though. But he braked a lot earlier than he should have done. He did not want to make the move on Umper. Clean racing by him though, which is very, very impressive by him. Teddy making his move on the Ferrari in just track though. Incredible in 3. Dino is only a second behind John Wick. Does he catch up Dodo? That was a bit weird by me. Does he catch up to him though? If he can stick within that 3-second penalty, he will be able to either gain a position or be able to pass him. George is hunting down Night Slash though, with Night Slash with only a second behind Umpa though. Umpa looks to have a great pace here. Billy Mystery with another penalty. It's a 3-second penalty. What did you expect, everybody? And has now ruined his race though with a 3-second penalty. That is not looking good for him. That is his P1 position in jeopardy right now. He does not look to be gaining any time on Ben Roberts though, with Ben Roberts with amazing straight line speed. Viper going a little bit defensive, only just doesn't. Malesum and his teammate Shortbread have now had a bit of a big gap between each other. Now Shortbread needs to, and Dino passes John Wick. Incredible move by him. Now he has to go down and fight Jolt JE. He loses it though. Going into the final turn, does he use a lot of his ERS? He has no ERS left, but does he make the move? He doesn't. He stays behind him. But will he make the move on the main straight though? DT with a 3-second penalty. What do you expect? Viper really needs to stay calm here. He needs to be fast but very calm at the same time. If he does not keep his composure, he will lose that position. He is now gaining time, but now he's losing. With Ben Roberts with major straight line speed. Umpa is now trying to see if he can gain time and fight Street Boy, but he is only losing time to him though. Natty G making a move on John Wick though. John Wick is losing major positions here. He is now in P11. Ben Roberts now going into the pit though in lap 15. That now will put a lot. He must be going to new tyres though, new intermediates though. Yep, tyres correct. Shortbread though is also in the pits as well, so he'll be definitely getting new intermediates on there. Along with Jim and John Wick. John Wick has gone for wet. This is an interesting move by him. A lot of people here have gone for wets, along with JDM, his teammate, and Ben Roberts has also gone for wets as well. It seems that the rain is not going to go away, and it looks like the rain is getting worse. Ben Roberts trying to make his move past JMB though. He will definitely make his major move. He has hits him a little bit though in the user, but he goes down the inside, down the main straight, and passes him with utter ease. Incredible move though. Tries to get the slipstream though off Ben Roberts, but he will not have the pace though. Does he go for the switchback? He is losing major time already. And by the looks of things, it looks like it is getting worse. Oh! Ben Roberts nearly loses it. Is it time for the wets though? Is the very question people are asking here. R. Peter makes his move on JMB along with Shari. JMB has now gone into the pit. No surprise. Well, some people go into the pits though. CT along with JMB has also gone for wets. It looks like the rain will be getting worse from here. Ooh, JMB nearly loses it. He saves it though, which is very good by him. Great control by him. Viper still holding on to the P1 position, 3 seconds ahead. My less, by the looks of things, it's going to be 4 seconds, and it is. But will he be changing his tyres is the main question we are asking here. He doesn't pit. So it seems that some of them either have gone too early or that they've made a major improvement in their IQ. Emperor in P3 though, only with major gaps though. With great pace though, Viper is now finding his pace. But we got Dino in P3 though in lap 17. A lot of people now have pitted. Teddy had a damaged wing by the looks of things. He's getting a new one. He is on the wet. And Georgie flashes out. What happened to him? Did he crash in the pits or did he retire in the pits? What has happened? It looks that he is retired in the pit. I may have over-exaggerated that. He must have had to do something, unfortunately. It looks like his race is over, which is the second DNF of this race. Unfortunate for him. He thought he did all that just to DNF. That is very unfortunate for him. It looks like Viper is now going to make his first pit stop of the race. Will he be pitting for wet? So is the main question we're asking here. Yes, he does. The rain is getting a lot worse here. So he will definitely be trying to improve and gain positions back. His teammate is now in P4, but Ben Roberts makes his move on Natty G. What an incredible move, but here is Viper behind Natty G as well in the Williams. Natty G nearly loses it, going into the wall almost. He manages to save it. Well, it looks like since Natty G is on the intermediates, he is definitely struggling visually. Nearly loses it again, giving him the opportunity, and Billy Mishu has crashed out. Never mind, I have over-exaggerated it again. He is retired in the pit lane, by the looks of things. Yep. Why am I over-exaggerating things? I am, yeah. But that is going to be a yellow flag. I don't know why that is the case. But here he is out of this race. But that puts my Lessem and Umpa, Night Slash, all into the podium positions. But Night Slash is slightly struggling on those intermediate tyres along with Dino. But Dino, will he make the move into the pits though? Oh, I might Lessem. Yep, my Lessem going into the pit. Thought so. Oh, and he's left. What has happened? He's on the wets though, but he left. He left the session, unless he disconnected. Will he be able to join back though? I mean, his car is not ghosted, so he definitely is still here, by the looks of things. Viper and his teammate Dino makes it. Viper trying to make a move on Ben Roberts though. Dino passes him though. It's a McLaren, Red Bull, McLaren, and a Red Bull as well. And they're all in a Williams sandwich with Umpa in P1 and Natty G in P6 and Night Slash and Ben Roberts trying to make a move on each other though. That puts him a little bit wide though. You can definitely tell that Night Slash is struggling on those intermediate tyres. As you can see, he had to yield into P3. There is a yellow flag with J&B spinning out by the looks of things. It's a McLaren. Oh, and it's Viper making his move on Night Slash into P3. Oh, and Night Slash does it again. Did a switchback on the main straight. What an incredible move by him. It's a McLaren, and Red Bull. But he goes on the inside, tries to move, but he doesn't. And that puts Ben Roberts into P1 as Umpa pits for his new compound tyre. And a 10-second penalty by J&B in the AlphaTauri. At this point, you must realise you have to DNF. Your race is now over at this point. What is going on? He is spun out. Does he have a wing left? Is the main question. He does have a wing, so that is good. But what happened to him? Now the Red Bulls are in a McLaren sandwich here. But Umpa is making major moves. What is happening to Night Slash? Night Slash used to be pitting for new tyres here. This is an incredible race, and he spins out again, J&B. He will definitely wanting. Will he be retired now in the pit lane? And it seems so that he might be either. Yep, and he's retired. Yep. Unlucky with the AlphaTauris there, DNFing. But right now, it's going to be an interesting last 10 laps of this race, with Dino currently in P4, along with Umpa, Viper, and Ben Roberts. But Ben Roberts is holding at P1. He looks to be trying to see if he can win. But Viper will not go down without a fight. But Dino is keeping up nicely though with Umpa, with only just under a second under him. But since he's on the intermediate tyres, will he be either losing time or gaining time is the main question. And it looks like he is losing time. It's now or never for pitting, otherwise he will lose out on some major positions here. Night Slash is pitted though. That means he will be on the wet compound tyre, and it seems so it is correct, yes. Shortbread though, currently in P12, he gave up his possible podium position, currently in P12 though. But he looks to be hunting down Night Slash, but Night Slash is sliding around with those cold tyres. Teddy going off the track a little bit there. But as it seems, Viper is now either gaining time or losing time to Ben Roberts here in McLaren. He lost time, he gained time, and now he is gaining time. But on the straights though, it's the main answer to his all obvious answer there. His straight line speed is the way too much for Viper to handle. John Wick with another penalty though. That is not good by him. In lap 22 now, we're in the final stages of this race. Night Slash makes his move on Teddy. But will he make his move though in the final turns here on R. Peter? Nearly collides with him. Going wheel to wheel though. R. Peter leaves the space, going round the outside into the final turn. And he makes his move, and R. Peter yields way too much. But will he make his move though into turn one? He tries to do the switchback. He nearly collides with Teddy, and he yields, and he nearly spins out as Teddy and Night Slash get past him there. Holy crap, that was incredible. R. Peter though looks to try and see if he can stick within that penalty section from Teddy to get only get one possible point here. But Shortbread is going to have none of it, and he goes down the inside of R. Peter. But does he make the switch back though? He goes round the outside on the intermediate tyres. He hits his left rear tyre, but luckily it's not enough to spin him out, which is a good thing. But R. Peter is not looking too happy. He has lost 3 positions in 1 lap. It is not looking good. Going into 1, Natty and JDM fight it out. Nearly loses it, Natty G in the Williams. Going into turn 3, he sticks with him. But it looks like Dino will be holding that Q4 position unless my lesson has something to say about it though. He loses major front line speed. Well, he loses straight line speed there. But he seems to be gaining on him. Yeah, it does seem to be trying to catch up as quickly as possible to Umpa though. Viper looks to only be able to either stick in P1 or P2 here. He is currently in P2, and R. Peter with a 3-second penalty. That is not looking good. With no penalty comes the penalty. And now going into the final turns, Ben Roberts is still holding on by 2 seconds behind Viper. Umpa 5 seconds. Will he be able to gain time on him? He looks to be gaining slightly, but this major few gaps are going to be vital. Viper nearly loses it into turn 3, getting a major understeer though. But Ben Roberts though is just holding on. Looks like he is. Oh, but hold up. JDM is catching up to Natty G here. Goody P putting himself into P6 though, going down the inside, but wheel to wheel. And he gets his move done nearly. Oh, it's wheel to wheel after the hairpin, and it is still Natty G holding his P1 position. And it's Peter spinning out into turn 3. Oh, what an unfortunate ending for him though. He knows that his race will be over at this point. But well done to him for keeping on racing though. I am very proud of him. But Natty G kept trying to make a move here on JDM. What a fight. What a lot of good fights we are seeing here. Malesum is just behind Dino though. But will he make his few moves though? Viper is either losing time and gaining time again, going into lap 25 with only 5 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. But as it stands, oh, hello. We've got Shortbread making a move on Terra Teddy, putting himself into P10, so it looks like he will be gaining a point though. But he would like to get past Night Flash though in the McLaren. Oh no, it is now gone in the bin for Viper. 6 seconds of penalties. Viper really needs to push now, otherwise he will lose major points here. His track limits are not doing well for him. He might as well either push to get past Ben Roberts, or either he will push to stay in front of Impa. But as it stands though, he is trying to push a lot harder than he usually does, as Impa is losing time to Viper. What is going on with Impa here though? He is losing a lot of time, but down the straights though, he is losing even more time. By the looks of things, Viper looks to be staying in P2. That's if he can gain another half a second ahead of Umpa though. But as it stands, it looks like he will not be able to. As Dino looks to try and secure a podium position though, with his teammate with a 6-second penalty. Going into lap 26 with only 4 laps remaining. My lesson with his first penalty of the Grand Prix. Unlucky for him. Josh Trek makes his move on Natty G, and Natty G nearly loses it, but he saves it. He loses it again nearly, but looks like it's getting wetter. And my lesson has unfortunately gone out on turn 3. That is unfortunate by him, but Dino is losing major time. He looks to unfortunately not gain that podium position, as he is losing time to Umpa and his teammate Viper. Going into the chicane, Ben Roberts is just holding on by a thread, getting better traction. He storms away into P1, but Viper will look to be holding on into P2 for now, as he gains time on Umpa, but he has no battery left, so he will be hoping to make his lap times even better. We've got Shortbread trying to make his move on Night Slash though. Will he make his move though into turn one? We were about to find out because they are closing in on each other, almost colliding with each other. He goes defensive Night Slash, making sure that he keeps that P9 position. But will he make a good move here on Night Slash though, Shortbread, in the Mercedes? He's now losing time as Night Slash has better traction, and our Peter is out of this race. Very unfortunate by him. Both the AlphaTauris and the Aston Martins are out of this race. And only one Haas as well, which is the only Haas of this race. So that is very unfortunate there. With only Sorry, I'm terrible at math, everybody, so leave me alone for that. But we've only got 14 races left. But Viper is gaining so much time around the corners against Ben Roberts. Ben Roberts is losing his time here, but it looks like he will be winning this Grand Prix so far into lap 28. With only 2 laps left, and we've got Shari in the wall on the final turn. On the final few turns, he goes into the pits to get a new wing, but that is going to put him into currently last place. Unfortunate by him. Ferrari straps have gone to him. But Ben Roberts is just holding on into P1. Umpa though losing time to Viper, and Dino also losing time to Umpa and Viper. And JDM makes his move on Dino, but Dino goes for the switchback. But also JDM is not giving up. Going into chicane, Dino yields, but goes down and to the end of the chicane, going down the main straight. And Dino loses that position, but he uses his ERS a little bit. Will he be able to go past JDM though? JDM with the better straight line speed. Going into the final lap of this race, Ben Roberts is still holding on to that P1 position. Viper holding on to that P2 position so far with only 6 seconds of penalties, but stays ahead by only 7 seconds ahead of P3, which is looking very good for him so far here. As it seems, Dino looks to be holding on to that P5, but he loses 2 seconds to Josh Trek behind him in the Ferrari. He looks like he will be having a bit of a struggle here on the intermediate tyres. Everyone else at the front, and Myerson makes his move on Natty G. And there is a yellow flag as they both collided with each other. Night Slash is now into P10, along with Shortbird making his few moves and Night Slash makes his move on Malesum and TG. A double overtake. Will we have some final last lap drama here? We're about to find out as Viper is only half a second ahead of Ben Roberts is only just about was half a second, is now only a second ahead of Viper. Going through to the last turns of this Miami Grand Prix, Ben Roberts holds his first, and most proper win of this race so far, crosses the line to win the Miami Grand Prix. What an incredible race Ben Roberts in the McLaren it has been, with Viper now currently in P2. Well done to them. And to finish the podium, it is Umpa in the Williams. Congratulations to those ones, as the rest of the pack now cross the line with JDM in P4, Godino in P5, Josh Trek P6, Shortbread finishes his race in P7, Night Slash in P8, Natty G finishes his race in P9, and my lesson, with as surprisingly as it seems, with no wing, finishes in P10. Well done to him, gaining 1 point of this race. Terra Teddy in P11, John Wick in P12, CT in P13. Unfortunate for as it seems, CT hasn't even crossed the line yet, and he's across the line now. P13 it is. And Shari, it's been a race to forget for him after finishing behind the rest, finishing his race in P14. But what a great race we saw here in Miami. Thank you so much for everyone who has watched here on the Gavra League race here, with Dino taking the driver of the day. An impressive drive by him with no penalties and making great maneuvers for everyone else. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to watch more of Gavra's live Twitch streams and everything. But congratulations to Ben Roberts on winning the Miami Grand Prix, Viper taking P2, and Umpa finishing off the podium 3. Well done to the 3 of them, and but we will see you guys in the next league race in Gavra. We will see you guys in the next one. Good night.